Good morning, happy January 6th, and welcome back to the Leaf Riders of Wrenwood, where yesterday we had our first combat and we fought off some insects that had the audacity to attack Tack. And we did so very effectively. We took no damage. We were able to vanquish all of them before they even had a chance to do anything, which is great. And we got some amber out of the deal. And we are now presumably going to continue to investigate what these tunnels are about. Or maybe we will resurface to report to Sergeant Furfoot, who knows. But let's go ahead and get right into it here. Alright, so here was our combat. We'll go ahead and tear that off. And okay, yes, it looks like we are in fact surfacing. Okay, so something I don't think I've mentioned yet is that weekend days are actually, or weekends, they have combined into one page. So this will be both the Saturday and Sunday page. So there will be no video on Saturdays or Sundays most weeks. We will see. I may try to do consistently Saturdays or Sundays, or I may just alter. We'll kind of see as time goes on. But let's get into it. So Saturday 6th, Sunday 7th of January, and it's Stars Day and Sun's Day of Deep Winter, and it says the 6th is Epiphany. Good to know. All right. So, as you can see, we're climbing out of a hole here, and I do notice, I don't know if these are other, there's little kind of, black spots in the mounds here. I don't know if those are other tunnels that are supposed to be there, like the area we explored when we found the scratching and skittering, or if those are newly opened up holes from this invasive route. Hopefully we'll find out. Okay, so you finally discover a way out of the tunnel where the insects bore a small hole up to the top to scout on the surface. You need to climb to safety, where you can report what you've discovered. Okay, so we can, 1, climb to the surface, which would be roll a d20 and then add our strength. And then we need to determine our location based on where we popped up, which is rolling a d20 and adding our wisdom. And then we need to report our findings to your sergeant. Okay, now I also notice that there is a backpack symbol here on the date, and that means that we can roll for treasure. So this is the first time we've done this, so I'll quickly go over it. It works very similar to the pickpocketing, where if you notice the symbol, you are allowed to do that. And when we do that, we roll a d10 and then consult the table. So throughout the calendar, there are some days where you can find treasure hidden on the page. These days are noted by the icon backpack. These icons may not always be easy to find, as they will be hidden on the page. Keep an eye out for them. If you spot this icon, roll d10 and consult the following table to see which item you find. Alright, so we have done that, so let's go ahead and roll a d10. Alright, so that is a 6, which is Nimblecap. Alright, so I don't know what Nimblecap means, but we have it. So let's see if it's here. Okay, it's a trait booster. So we have one of those. It's consumed on use, and it adds a d4 to dexterity on a single roll. Okay, very nice. So we have 1 Nimblecap. So we should remember that. Alright, well that was fun. Now let's flip back here. Alright, so climb to the surface, roll a d20, and add your strength. Okay, so let's do that. Alright, we rolled a 7, and we get to add our strength, which is plus 0. And because this one is athletic, we get to add plus 2. Because we are an athlete, so that is a 9. So if the result is between 8 and 14, you manage to climb the tunnel walls partway, but encounter difficulties reaching the top. Pushing through the hard soil in the narrow tunnel becomes exhausting. Reduce your health by 1. All right. So we got up there, but we had a little bit of a struggle. Good thing for our athlete, though, because, like I said, the result was between 8 and 14, so we may have gotten a worse result had we not been our athlete here. All right, so we were at 9, and we go down to 8. All right. Now we need to determine our location. So that's rolling a d20 plus wisdom. All right, that is a 6, and our wisdom is plus 0. So we emerge from the hole and discover that you are no longer in the center of the burrows. Instead, you are outside the perimeter where you patrolled earlier in the day. All right. It doesn't say any effect that happens because of that. Like, it doesn't say that I don't get to report my findings, so I assume I still get to. All right. Yeah, it doesn't say otherwise. It feels weird that there isn't an impact from that. Like, it doesn't say, for example, you cannot report your findings to the sergeant. I guess the idea there is it just took me longer. Like, I had to take more time to actually do that. All right. So number 3, report your findings to the sergeant. And there's not a roll for this one, so I'll just read it. Sergeant Furfoot listens to your detailed account of what occurred as a look of concern grows across his face. Thanks for your report, soldier. I will take this message to the others, but I'm afraid there is no time to waste. We are unsure how close the insects have dug to the city. Many critters are in danger. We need to get a message to the Royal Guards at once. Leave immediately for Crownspire City and report to High Guard Captain Flint Clawthorne. All right. So we've reported it, and folks are worried. So at least we've discovered something useful here. All right. So that was it for the page, but there is one final thing. I'm going to double check that there is nothing. Yep, there is not. Lovely. So for Sundays, there is also a lottery that we can partake in. So the Sunday lottery, you have the option to partake in a lottery every Sunday, though this is not indicated on the page. It is an optional roll where you could gain or lose amber. Each Sunday, you may roll a d6. So, as I'm going to typically just do one video for the Saturday and Sunday pages, I will always roll this on whichever day that video comes out, and that's today, in this case. So, let's go ahead and do that. You don't have to do this because you could lose amber, but it's fun to play the lottery, and the odds are in our favor. On a 3 or higher, you gain amber. So, statistically, this is worth doing. So I'm going to do it. All right, so we rolled a 3, which is gaining 1 amber. So we will do that. So we went from 6 up to 7. All right. You're at 7. All right. And there we go. So that is it for our first full week of the quest calendar. Thank you so much for watching, and until tomorrow, have a great day.